Back, Indian techies respond to Donald Trump's victory in different ways. What does it mean for India and how will it boost India's tech town? My colleagues Uma Sudhir and Pratibha Raman bring you the special reports from the IT hubs of Hyderabad and Mysuru.
We are here at the Hyderabad-based T-Hub, largest innovation ecosystem that the government-enabled ecosystem, in fact. And I have here entrepreneurs and the CEO as well of Math Lab here, and someone who is in fact hosting a lunch for his teammates because Donald Trump has made it. Why the celebration at this scale?
Yeah, I've been rooting for Donald Trump for a while now, and I think the sanity has restored at the US scale. And also, like, I think, meritocracy is something compared to a DEI type of environment will prevail. So that's why I think I'm as a startup and I'm in a core technology space. So I think this is what is very much needed. And I'm greatly looking forward for what is coming next.
So how is business going to change?
I think quite a bit because now as a part of Indian technology space, right, most of us are supporting, developing the applications, but then most of us to focus on core technology. Always it helps if somebody in US or in the West, right, is supporting a lot of merit. So that's where I think we should start looking at how to innovate and then move away from traditional space of just supporting or building applications to build the innovation technology, and also with Elon Musk at the helm of things to build the government efficiency. This thing, I think a lot will change. I think there'll be a lot of cut in government spending on rudimentary things, and then they'll focus a lot on innovation. I think even India, like startups from here, right, would play a critical role in that.
So the stock market certainly looking very happy and buoyant mood in the US as well. What is your reason for optimism? Introduce yourself.
My name is Kiran Babu. I'm a co-founder of Rava.ai. I'm uncomfortably excited, but I'm super excited in comparison to the previous thing. So it definitely is a great deal for ecosystem, for tech as an ecosystem, right? $245 billion is the market. 5.3 million people are working here. I'm very confident that the promise that he made is corporate tax to come down from 21 to 15. That means there's more excretion, there's money that they will have to spend. And we want that money to come here, and it will naturally, there's a natural extension that's going to happen that creates more jobs, that creates more opportunities, and as you're saying, that creates more innovation opportunities. I'm excited for that. I'm uncomfortably excited about immigration side of things, where now H-1B visas. So Biden, the rejection rate was around 3.2%, it seems. When Trump was there, it was 18%. So will that have a similar thing this time? I don't know. I hope it's not. Because 7.3 lakh people got in 2023. So I'm uncomfortable on that part where will that come down, will that go up?
You are in fact in the hiring space, and therefore what is your insight? We spoke about quality versus quantity in the earlier regime, isn't it?
Absolutely. And this is how it should be actually. So I'm Piyush and I'm co-founder of Hire++. And I believe that 18% of rejection rate was more or less inclined with the people who were actually not meeting the criteria, which should be the way how it is, because Indians are no longer just a place where you get cheap resources for a reasonable price. It's actually about getting the best of people at a much more options to choose from, and that's where the best of the people should be doing and working like that. Because now, when we are talking of AI, definitely there are 4 big changes which are going to happen, right? With Elon Musk coming in picture, we see chips being negotiated better. We see a lot of work happening in the field of space tech. We see a lot of work happening in various new technologies and new innovations. A lot of antitrust laws are going to or should be controlled in a way where AI growing leaps and bounds there.
So you're not unduly worried about H-1B work visas?
I am going to see a lot more happening from Indians, but for Indians who really are interested at the same time are worthy of actually making that transit. So it's more about having a better quality of Indians moving to better quality of jobs, which I'm supporting.
Rahul, you're the CEO of the Math Lab here, machine learning and artificial intelligence technologies. There is a lot of optimism in terms of the kind of money that may come in, the spends by the Fortune 500 companies as well. What is your outlook now about how Indians and Indian tech space or the professionals here, companies, going to benefit?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, I'm personally very happy because Trump won, and the only reason for me is that because he said like some time back, like after losing the last election, that I will come back, and that kind of personality or character is what I appreciate. That he made it. People can debate on the policies and other things, but that is something as a startup entrepreneur and as a enabler, I always appreciate that. Coming back to your question, definitely it will be a very positive thing for the Indian ecosystem and startup or be it MNCs, because next 10 years what we see is going to be the age for AI services, and India is going to play a major role there. And with the tax cut which is coming to 15%, if it stays for another 5 years, it will give a tremendous boost to the outsourcing business, to the IT services who are working based out of India. And IT services, when I say not just the typical or IT services, but also the booming AI services industry, where most of the Indians will contribute. That is one thing. Second part is that with Trump coming into power, AI along with crypto, which is the blockchain and all these technologies, will see a great push. And already you are talking about the crypto stock market, but I was also closely watching the crypto market. The emotions are very positive there, and it's going in a very positive direction. So definitely all these things, when come together, we can say that technology in a nutshell, like technology like AI, blockchain, AI services, which are very relevant for organizations or ecosystems like us, or startups associated with us, or on enterprises associated with us, it will get a tremendous push in a very positive way. And for India and Indian ecosystem, I think the outcome will be all positive, particularly in this segment. I will not comment on the H1B and those kind of aspects, but from a technology perspective, job perspective, Indian economy boost perspective, I am very optimistic about the change.
So the political leadership and the relationship is something that everyone is now feeling very happy about, that we can get going there. But is there any specific ask that you want from the government to be able to enable this, exploit this situation better to the advantage of India?
Yeah, we should be making the walls shorter and we should be making the bridges more. I believe in that.
I will say that the more initiatives and I was just seeing the Twitter trends yesterday, Howdy Modi and those things going on again. So I'm very optimistic.
mood is right.
Mood is right, and it's very positive from our leader and from US leader, both those parties. So I just hope that the collaboration grows and more such collaboration and new opportunities are explored together, particularly in the tech space, because even our Prime Minister's focus is a lot on the tech and the startup ecosystem, and we are doing a lot in the startup. And with Trump coming on the other side, I think it's very positive. So what they can do is that come up with programs, new initiatives to build technology together. So what we are doing with other countries, similar initiatives can be taken by India and US together.
Two takes from myself. One is like focusing more on synergies than differences this time would help a lot in making it a win-win for both countries. That's one aspect. And second aspect, as Rahul was saying, right, Modi has built that positioning for India as a country, which is a balanced country in comparison to the neighbors. So which we should take it as an advantage and a strategic advantage to see now anything that China is not, anything anti-China or against China should naturally come to India.
India is best placed to exploit it in terms of scale as well.
Exactly, and exactly. So we want to ensure that the pie is getting bigger, but also the current pie, the adjustment should happen. And that's what I would expect, and I would want the government to focus more on, to build those things.
Okay, last word again to you. Start with you, end with you.
Yeah. So maybe because I didn't introduce myself, like Naren, my company name is Pipu. I'm co-founder of that. Then on the specific ask about the government, right? So imagine, right, like we have tons and tons of H1B that you have seen. But when this question has put forward to Vivek Ramaswamy, like who will play a critical role in Trump government, he mentioned that, see, all of this became, like a lottery, right? Like some people are, getting picked up and some people are not. So for this to address it, right, so what they are coming up, or what I want them to come up, is like based on the merit, right, depending on, what is their education, where are they coming from, what are they contributing. That's on one aspect. Second aspect is like, Trump is talking about how he'll, regulate the trade between the countries. But I would say there is a lot of scope of sharing the innovation, especially in the connected mobility space, right? Like in the space side, whatever, Elon Musk is driving, there is always a place like where we can actually contribute, correlate, and then start co-innovating together, because they realize India is a place where there are a lot of creative, good mathematical brains that are present. So I would definitely think that that is a good place to be. And then if Modi pushes, nothing like it, right? So
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen, for this conversation. So certainly mood very upbeat and buoyant, and hopefully the India-US relations will take new highs and take the Indians along as well in the tech space. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.